My role is to ensure that we create an environment that is conducive for Ikeja Electric business to thrive, and also an environment for our customers and vendors alike who visit our facilities from time to time to be in a state of peace and comfort, and also confident of any form of fear or let, while doing business with Ikeja Electric. The most common challenge to our industry in distribution sector of the power sector is the fact that we have incessant vandalism of our assets. When I mean vandalism, I mean the core assets that are affected, mainly our transformers that are across our network. And I will give you historically from year to date, 2022 alone, we have recorded over 50 incidents of DT vandalism, and this cut across the six business units where we operate from. And this, of course, this has very daring consequence on business. Firstly, in terms of our customers who are very dear to us, we have an obligation to make sure that we supply energy to them, from time to time. And most times, when we are willing and determined to do so, we are handicapped by the activities of these vandals, who take advantage of maybe when we are doing load shedding and so on and so forth to go and to vandalize our assets, thereby denying our customers the opportunity, of getting supply of energy in their homes and for their businesses. So it's a major problem, and it's not something we are taking low. What we have done, because that's the next question is for us, what have we done to ensure that this does not persist? Over the period, we have had series of engagement with our customers, our stakeholders, of course, the customers, the various communities, security agencies, and so on and so forth, on how we can work together to ensure that we reduce this challenge. And that is working for us in a way, because from time to time, we have interface with Civil Defense Corps. They also help us to patrol some of these assets, and in instances where our own security team also patrol and apprehend any vandals. By law, setting up civil defense, they are responsible for protection of critical national assets. So they take up the responsibility of interrogating and, of course, prosecuting these vandals. So the State Security Service, for instance, are also having ongoing conversation with us on how they can collaborate with us in managing this challenge. They are very key also because they have spread across all the communities and local government areas where we have our network. So we are taking advantage of that to use them, to help us to galvanize, people in those areas where they are, and educate them on the need for them to help us further in protecting these assets. And of course, from time to time, we meet community leaders where we have interaction with them on this challenge and what they need to do to help us to protect this challenge. And I'll quickly mention one or two of them that we are addressing with them at the moment. Yes, virtually all of them have seen the need for them to help us to protect this asset. But beyond that, they have their own peculiar problems, security problems, in various communities. So to that extent, they have gates and all that sort of things where they log the access into their communities, So that for us is a hindrance to our patrol efforts because we can't enter those communities, especially in the night when the gates are locked and the security men are not available to allow our people have access to those places. So we are beginning to talk to these community leaders to, grant us access, into those places, especially at night, so that we can also see how our assets are faring. And secondly, there are some communities who have taken it upon themselves, knowing that this challenge does not only affect them, only affect us as a business, it's also affect them. So some of them have come up to, erect perimeter walls around some of these assets. Some of them have taxed their local security men in their areas to put eyes on these assets, and some of them have even helped us to apprehend some of these vandals, So that's the extent we have gone with the collaboration that we are having with these communities. And on the other side, for us as a business, it affects us because that's a revenue loss for us. When that happens, we lose revenue, and also we also incur the cost of replacing those items that have been taken away by these vandals. So it's a major concern to us, and it's not only. I strongly believe that it's not only about Ikeja Electric. Other discos are also having the same problems. Okay, and I will also let for the public to know that these vandals, they come across as just people who are picking, maybe plastics and stuff like that, and pushing carts and all that. That's how they come across. And there's every tendency that people overlook them when they see them that way. But these are guys that, if you look at them very well, they have gloves, they have saws, and all sort of things that they use, to cannibalize some of these cables that they see, as they go around on their patrol. So it is quite important that this responsibility should be shared between us as a business and also, with our other various stakeholders, because it is a menace that affects everybody, and of course, we don't want that to be sustained. What have we seen so far in terms of dividend of all the efforts that we are putting into all this? As I speak to you, about 12 vendors have been prosecuted, as a sort of our efforts, at stopping this. But however, we believe strongly that we can do more. I use this opportunity once again to call on our various stakeholders to take this as a collective responsibility for all of us, to protect these assets. They are assets that belong to the people. They are assets that belong to the business. So when there's any case of vandalism, both parties, the business, the Ikeja Electric, and also our consumers, to suffer the consequence of it. In case, I will give you, our listeners, some critical information on how to quickly draw the attention of security agencies and Ikeja Electric when a vandal or a suspected vandal is apprehended. Number one, you call security control room number. It's available 24/7. Okay, the number is 081 800 I will take it again. 081 800 That's our security control center number. You always get our people, our staff available to pick this call and respond immediately. You can also draw the attention of our people at our various undertakings and business units. Ikeja Electric undertaking closer to the scene of the incident, or the business unit, or tell the DPO or the police in the area. Those are the ways to reach us, when a suspected vandal is apprehended.